Hello everyone, I am Ritika Jisgar, Assistant Professor, IT Department. So in the course of machine learning, we discuss about Unit 6. So this Unit 6 is based on Introduction to the Artificial Neural Network. So in this video, we discuss about what is meant by perceptron in neural networking and the learning algorithms. Okay. So first we discuss what is meant by perceptron, how this perceptron works in a neural network. Okay. So let us discuss here. So in this concept, that is the perceptron involving the supervised learning network and their associated single layer and multi-layer feed-forward network. Okay, so in the perceptron, we use the single layer, multi-layer network, single layer feed-forward network, and multi-layer feed-forward network. Okay, so the perceptron learning rules for the simple perceptron, the delta rule for the add line, and the single layer feed-forward with continuous activation function, and the backpropagation algorithm for the multi-layer feed-forward network. With the continuous activation function, all the feed-forward networks have been explored. Okay, so perceptron networks comes under the single layer feed-forward network and are also called as the simple perceptron. So the perceptron developed by the Frank Rosenblatt by using the McGill and Pitts model perceptron is the basic operational unit of an artificial neural network. So it employs the supervised learning rule and is able to classify the data into the two classes. Okay, so that is the single layer and the multi-layer. So same that a perceptron was first proposed by the Rosenblatt 1958 is a simple neuron that is used to classify its input into one of two categories perceptron, that is single layer or a multi-layer, is a single processing unit of a neural network. A perceptron uses a step function that returns the zero. So next, so the perceptron model is a more general computation model than the McCulloch-Pitts neuron. So it takes an input aggregation that is weighted sum and return 1 only if the aggregated sum is more than some threshold, okay, or else return the 0. So in previous unit we also discussed the summation and the threshold value. If the summation is greater than or equal to threshold, that is theta, then read output is a 1, returns the 1 value. Okay, so if the summation is less than the threshold value, then return the 0. Okay, so rewriting the threshold and making it a constant input with a variable weight. Same. So rewriting with the threshold. Okay, so we previously discussed this minus theta is summation unit, okay, greater than or equal to 0, then y equal to 1, otherwise 0. So a single perceptron can only be used to implement linearly separable function. So it takes both real and boolean input and associates a set of weights to them. So here these are the inputs. Input may be real and in a boolean format. Okay, they are inputs are associated with some weights. So along with the bias, so here we provide one bias, the threshold. So we learn the weights and we get the function. Okay, the perceptron to learn an OR function. And or function. So here we add some bias, that is x0 equal to 1 and the weight is w0. So here the weight for this bias is a minus theta. Okay, so the if wi into xi is greater than equal to 0, then 1. Similarly less than 0, then 0. So here the x0 equal to 1 and W0 equal to minus theta. Okay, so here we added one bias for the input and weight. So the input is a x0 equal to 1 and bias weight is a W0 equal to minus theta. So this is the red line shows the bias added in this example. The next is the operational characteristics of the perceptron. So in a perceptron, operations are links, adder, and activation functions. So these are the three operations used in a perceptron. So in this diagram, it consists of a single neuron with an arbitrary number of inputs along with adjustable weights. Okay, so but the output of the neuron is 1 or 0 depending upon the threshold. So here this is the example for the single network feed forward. So in that there are m number of inputs and m number of weights and produces only one output, that is output may be 1 or a 0. So the single neuron with the arbitrary number of inputs along with the adjustable weight and the output is of the neuron is 1 or 0 depending upon the threshold. It also consists of a bias whose weight is always 1. So here we added one bias, that is B, with the weight is a 1. Okay. Same here we added one bias with weight equal to minus theta or x0 equal to 1. Similar for this. So okay. So this is the uh, representation of a perceptron. So the perceptron has these three basic elements. The first one is the links, adder, and activation function. So link, so it has a set of connection links which carries a weight including a bias always having the weight 1. Adder, it adds the input after they are multiplied with their respective weights, that is x1 w1 plus x2 w2 x3 w3 up to the xm wn. The activation function, so it limits the output of a neuron. The most basic activation function is a Heaviside step function that has two possible outputs. The function return 1 if the input is positive and 0 for any negative input. Okay. Before in a first unit and in a activation function, before we discussed the activation function in detail. So in that we discuss the function or equation of a Heaviside step function. So in that the function returns 1 if the input is positive and for the negative input it will return the 0 output. So here the B is the bias added into this summation unit with the some input values and weight values. So for this example, the equation becomes like output y equal to the summation of xi wi plus 1 bias, that is b1, b into 1, that is b into w. Okay. So what is the perceptron doing? Okay. So the perceptron is simply separating the input into two categories, that cause a fire and that does not fire. So it does this by looking at the two-dimensional cases W1 I1 plus W2 I2 is less than t. If the left side is less than t, so it does not fire. Okay, otherwise it fires. Okay, so, so that is the line. Line is here are two inputs I1 and I2. Okay, so is less than t. That means that the neuron does not fire. Okay, and the another equation is W1 I1 plus W2 I2 equal to T. So, so looking at where the input point lies, so points on one side of a line fall into one category. Okay, here. The point on the other side fall into the other category. So, and because the weights and the threshold can be anything, so this is just any line across the two-dimensional input space. So what the perceptron is doing is simply drawing the line across the two-dimensional input space. So input to one side of the line are classified into the one category and input on the other side are classified into the another category. For example, the OR perceptron, so where the W1 equal to 1, W2 equal to 1 and T equal to zero point 0.5. So draw the line I1 plus I2 equal to zero point 0.5. So the here the first equation, the second equation becomes W1 is a 1 and W2 is a 1. Okay, so if we consider the W1 and W2 equal to 1 and T equal to zero point 0.5, then equation becomes the I1 plus I2 equal to zero point 0.5. Okay, so across the input space, the separating the points 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 from the point 0, 0. So these are the points. Okay, 0, 1, x5, x0, y1, x1, y0, and 1, 1. So this is the third point, and 0, 0. So this is the fourth point. Okay, so these are the four coordinates across the input space. If we are imagining, not every set of points can be divided by a line like this. So those that can be are called as a linearly separable. So this is the linearly separable graph. So in two-dimensional, in two input dimensional, we draw a one-dimension line. So in n-dimensional, we are drawing the n1, n-1 dimensional hyperplane. Okay. So here we only consider the two-dimensional, that the two-dimensional draw the one single line. Okay, so for the n dimensional we are drawing the n minus 1 dimensional hyperplane. So n dimensional means if we are having the n number of inputs, then so w1 I1 plus w2 I2 up to the wn in equal to t. Clear? Okay. So perceptron is simply separating the input into two categories. यहाँ पे हमने क्या है, दो input को different different categories में सेपरेट किया है और यहाँ पे इनपुट जितने भी इनपुट्स है उसको सिर्फ ग्राफ में प्लॉट किया है. ओके, सो ग्राफ में प्लॉट करना मतलब क्या है, उसको हम एक एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन या फिर एक्टिवेशन रूल अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. तो यहाँ पे जो एग्जांपल है वो क्या शो कर रहा है हमें, लीनियरली सेपरेबल लाइन शो कर रहा है. थैंक यू.